So welcome to the first video in my Sew to Sell series, and today we're covering the first step in creating and selling your own PDF sewing pattern even without any formal experience. And I figured just like a real class or a real course, I'll share with you some book recommendations, some other supplemental materials that have helped me learn this process and could be quite helpful to you as well. What is the first step? Well, the first step I took was inspo, the inspiration for your design. So one place of inspiration is a mood board. Now this could be a digital mood board like on Canva, or this can be a physical mood board. Something I recently saw on a YouTube video that I liked was kind of like a linen cloth type mood board, and I thought, oh, that's perfect. So what goes on the mood board, or how do you know what to pull from where to be posted on your mood board? And I'm sure as you, my fellow creative, I mean, the sky is the limit. You can draw inspiration from, let's say, a random thought or idea pops into your head where you're like, you know what, I really want to go to a jazz club tonight, or I really want to check out a museum in downtown Los Angeles. Let's say you go to that jazz club and you just randomly start taking pictures on your cell phone of things that you really like, or things that are calling out to you, or things that are speaking to you in some way, shape, or form. You don't necessarily have to travel somewhere to get inspiration. You can even get inspiration in your backyard. You can go outside, have a cup of tea, and randomly just take pictures of things that are just inspiring to you, or things that you just think are pretty or unique. This is actually what I did for one of my recent skirts that I was designing that I have not yet finished. But what we did was we went to a Mexican restaurant in Sherman Oaks for a birthday party, and I saw these cool lamps. I think they were like ceiling light fixtures, and I just took a picture because I thought they were cool. I took this picture and I uploaded it into my Canva in my mood board, and I started playing with the image. So you can zoom in, you can zoom out. You don't necessarily have to keep that full image in your mood board. You might just like a little portion of it, but that interesting light fixture served as part of the inspiration for my skirt. And of course, other places you can collect items or inspo for your mood board is Pinterest. You might be randomly searching things for your house or a birthday, and maybe you come across something on Pinterest that you just think is beautiful. And then you can either print that image out for your physical mood board, or you can screenshot or save that image for your digital mood board, or you can even create a Pinterest mood board as well. And another thing you can collect for your mood board is fabric swatches. And this doesn't mean you have to go into a fabric store and purchase all different types of fabrics. No, this could actually be maybe some used fabric that you have in your house already, or it could be at the thrift store. For me, I would say drawing inspiration from a mood board feels more organic and I feel like it allows for more creativity. But again, I mean, sky's the limit. This is your design. You do what's calling to you most. And you know what? There might be some days, or there might be some times where you just don't want to draw inspiration from a mood board. And I call it the copycat idea, which is what I have done too. I had actually seen, I don't know, I think it was maybe Banana Republic, and it was a very simple skirt. If you don't know already, I'm an associate marriage and family therapist, so I like to dress very comfortable when I'm in my sessions with clients. And I thought this would be a great top for work. And it was just a loose linen shirt that ran maybe like almost $100 at Banana Republic. And I was like, no way. I think that this could actually be something I could make. And I didn't see any sewing patterns like it. So I'm not just saying to straight up copy, of course, if you're gonna sell it, but maybe you do see something that's on the rack. It's too far out of your price range, and maybe for other people as well. And you could just use that shirt as a general idea and then make your own little tweaks, make it a little bit more different and to make it more your own. And I wanted to include one way you can do this is, let's say you're into some vintagey looks and you go into a thrift store, you see a beautiful dress, and there's a specific piece on this vintage dress that you want to use for a more modern design. You can simply purchase that vintage piece, cut the portion that you actually want from that vintage design and integrate it into your new modern design. Is a great way to not only pull from other ideas, other designs, but to make it more unique and your own. And another way you can draw on inspiration is what I like to call randomness experimentation. So what do I mean by this? I mean by getting your dress form and just just start playing with the muslin, just start draping. And for me, it's putting some music on and just seeing kind of what comes out. And you might be pleasantly surprised. So you're probably very familiar with the Harry Potter series. And I believe the author or the creator of the series was J.K. Rowling. And maybe you know this story, but I love this story because there's so many great examples you can learn from J.K. Rowling's. But the one that applies to creating and selling your own PDF sewing patterns is this. And J.K. Rowling says that the idea from Harry Potter just randomly came to her when she was on a train. The ideas just started flowing to her and she had to just write them all down. I think it was writing all that, but she had to just write them all down, and it wasn't something necessarily that she had to just think of. The ideas, the inspiration was literally just flowing into her mind, into her body, and lo and behold, thankfully she shared that with the world. And I believe it was also J.K. Rowling who had numerous amounts of rejection, but luckily she did not let that stop her because we all got to experience Harry Potter. So I guess I'm kind of just adding this in here because it's just a reminder is that inspiration can come to you in stillness. Once you have it, don't let it go, act on it. And that could be either documenting it like J.K. Rowling, or this could be when you're just playing around with the muslin on a dress form. And once you take that action, if you can, just let it flow. Just keep following it, just like J.K. Rowling did. So that's just kind of my example of random experimentation, but hey, that can also come through a mood board too. So it's all like related, I guess. So before we go into the next step, just to recap on some places where we can draw in the inspo is just a mood board, the copy count method, should probably use a different name for that, random experimentation. But once you have your general idea, the inspiration or the direction that you want to go, then you can then move forward to your sketching and concept development. And this is where you would turn your inspiration into a rough sketch. And that will be in the next video. So make sure to subscribe to this channel, put the notification bell on, and then I will see you in the next post. And it is actually very difficult to try to pump the videos out weekly. So hopefully it'll still be next week, but if not next week, then probably, I don't know, the following week. Anyways, see you in the next post. Bye.